Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today, I want to talk to you guys about something that I've seen a few of you guys bringing up down in the comment section of a few videos that we had surrounding the last manga chapter, which is the possibility that something has changed with Shikamaru's character in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Just to be transparent, I don't think we're going to get this reveal that Shikamaru's been immune to Ada's omnipotent Shinjutsu this entire time and was just pulling a fast one on Sarada and on us as readers, but I do think a broader discussion on whether or not Shikamaru is taking advantage of what Ada theorized might be the weakness to omnipotence needs to be discussed with you guys as a part of the broader community. So with omnipotence, we know that it directly manipulates the chakra in the brain, where it switches the memories of people that had Boruto and Kawaki in absolute reverse, where everything they associated with Boruto in their mind, they now believe is Kawaki who's in that memory, and vice versa. It's not something as simple as showing Shikamaru and company a photo of baby Boruto being held by Naruto, because the Shinjutsu will literally make them go, man, that is completely weird, and they'll just accept it. And over time, the urge that they have to just accept what they're seeing as being odd, as being the reality, it just grows stronger to a point they no longer question it. When Ada says that it's pointless to tell people how omnipotence works, she's not wrong. In Boruto Naruto Next Generations chapter 80, Sasuke, despite literally having Boruto and Ada having a whole ass conversation about what happened right in front of him, is still going, well, if you're truly Naruto's son, because the Shinjutsu is just that broken, where even having overwhelming evidence in the form of a confession has the guy going, I'm not too sure about this, but my daughter believes in you, so I'll give you a chance to prove yourself. That tells you how broken the Shinjutsu is. It's not that Shikamaru and Sasuke are suddenly stupid. It's that their ability to question odd situations regarding Boruto being Naruto's son are actively being suppressed. Think of it like brainwashing. However, Ada shares with Sarada and Sumire a theory, which is that it's easier for someone to get new information and experiences, to make new memories, to make them see another possibility, than it is to flat out say, hey, your mind's been altered, what you're seeing isn't the truth. If you take that approach, they're just going to look at you like you're the crazy one, which is why Sarada gets so pissed off after she speaks to Ada in chapter 1 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Yet it's the subtle things such as that that have some of you guys saying, hold off on writing off Shikamaru. Shikamaru might actually know the truth, or at the very least start to actually become aware of the fact that something's wrong. Again, I don't think that he's not affected by the Shinjutsu. That's what a majority of the comments I've seen have actually said. I do think we're seeing what Ada said occur, which is that new information that he's receiving is giving him a reason to pause. Shikamaru for the last 3 years has had Sarada off and on again, constantly arguing with him over Boruto's execution order, and when she's shown leaving the Hokage office in chapter 1, you can tell that her words about choosing to believe in Boruto the way that Naruto chooses to believe in Sasuke definitely struck a chord, and it's because of how significant the entire situation was. Shikamaru, upon learning that Sasuke joined the Akatsuki and had killed Danzo, the man picked by the feudal lord to be Hokage, it basically reconfirmed his stance that we had earlier in the 5 Kage summit, which is that Sasuke was a rogue ninja who needed to be killed. But in the time after the 5 Kage summit, he saw how Naruto is so fiercely protective over Sasuke, basically saying there's more to it than they realized, and that they needed to allow Naruto to handle the situation. That additional context was the truth behind the Uchiha massacre and Sasuke being a victim of the shinobi world and the village itself. Shikamaru was on the wrong side before, and he's once again got someone telling him he's on the wrong side of history once again. It's not by mistake we see him in a deep expression of thought by Shikamaru in the exact same chapter right after Sarada tells him that he's wrong, and in the same chapter Ada gives Sarada her theory that new information and experiences can change the minds of people affected by the omnipotent Shinjutsu without trying to directly combat the memories altogether. When Boruto does show up in the village, Shikamaru orders all combatants available to fight off Code's claw grinds, but he's taking a wait and see approach when it comes to Boruto. Despite him telling Sarada that Boruto's execution as Hokage killer cannot be walked back, on one hand, it's understood that it's on site with Boruto as soon as they see him in the village. It's basically blood revenge all over again. Boruto has to pay for the perceived crime of killing Naruto, yet Shikamaru not verbalizing that order and taking a wait-to-see approach with Boruto's actions is something that likely means that Sarada's words have caught Shikamaru's attention. We could potentially see Shikamaru consider another possibility that there might be some trickery afoot when it comes with Boruto. His memory, it won't ever change unless his Shinjutsu is reversed. So in his mind, Kawaki will always be Naruto's son unless something changes. But the idea that he's opening himself up to there being a reason behind Sarada being so fiercely protective and loyal over Boruto has to hold some weight in his mind as well. He's the Hokage over a ninja village. The core tenet of being a shinobi is to see through deception, and his reactions to Sarada and Sumire are enough to at least give him something to consider because they're so fiercely protective of Boruto. When we look back at Boruto Naruto Next Generations, all of Shikamaru's memories of Kawaki are now swapped with Boruto, which means in his mind, Boruto is the boy who he told Naruto to lock up when he came to the village, and Shikamaru was extremely suspicious of Boruto from day one. Boruto is the boy who he declared was the strongest person in the village after the battle with Code, where Sage Mode Naruto had his hands tied because Code held Shikamaru hostage. In his mind, Boruto is the boy who he said they needed to appease because the only thing keeping him in control is his desire to protect Naruto. Ask yourself, is Shikamaru of the belief that Boruto killed Naruto the person who means everything to Boruto and he killed Naruto's wife? Shouldn't Shikamaru think that he's beyond reasoning with right now? He's basically taken obsession to a different level and has no reason to spare the village or his people. Because again, in his mind, Boruto was the child raised by Kara who turned on Naruto. Yet all the data that he's getting surrounding Boruto being back in Konoha, it directly contradicts what should be actually occurring. Boruto has no ties to the village, so why is he back there defending the village from Ko's attack and defending shinobi like, say, Sarada? He's having the situation monitored, and you can tell that nothing's making sense to him because for someone as smart as Shikamaru, he understands that people are their creatures of habit. If you understand a person and the things that motivate them, you can discern the why behind their actions and anticipate their future actions. Boruto behaving in the manner that he has and not showing any hostility to Konoha shinobi is the opposite of Shikamaru's last memory of him. Again, in his mind, Boruto is now in the place of all the memories Shikamaru had of Kawaki. In his mind, Boruto was the one who Sasuke held his sword to his throat, and Boruto was the one trying to kill Kawaki and Sarada, being openly hostile and aggressive towards Konoha shinobi. However, Boruto right now has not harmed a single hair on anyone's head other than Code, and he told Team 10 to stay out the way so he could finish off Code. I do think there's a possibility Shikamaru is going to look back at these new experiences with Boruto and begin to raise the question as to see if Sarada was right, that there is something more going on with Boruto's situation than what they've been told. Does this lead to Shikamaru reestablishing that connection with the Yamanaka clan's hidden jutsu to speak telepathically to Sarada and Sumire? I'm not too sure, but I won't be shocked either if this does end up being the case. Again, his memory will always stay affected as it has been unless the Shinjutsu gets reversed, but he's clearly coming around to questioning whether or not there's some Otsutsuki trickery afloat right now during a time where the two Konoha shinobi who aren't blood relatives to Ada and they don't have Otsutsuki DNA just happen to be the people telling him he's got the wrong read on the situation. He can't question Kawaki being Naruto's son, but he can question if something has gone wrong with Ada that he isn't aware of, because the common denominator with that whole situation is that the two people who aren't affected by Ada just happen to be the ones united in their defense of Boruto, and they happen to be the ones who Shikamaru ordered to keep a close eye on Ada. It just comes down to, does Shikamaru put the pieces together and realize that there's a connection with Ada he's overlooked? We've seen in the past that when he has a theory about something, Shikamaru will play the cards close to his vest and not let anyone near him know his true objective. It's the whole reason he was able to lure Code into the village in chapter 74 and chapter 75. He knew that he'd been marked by the claw marks and used the opportunity to further question Amato to confirm his suspicions that Amato was hiding something while drawing Code out from hiding without Amato being brought in on the plan. Also, Shikamaru could use Delta to attack Code, likely thinking if Delta couldn't fight Code and win, then she would be strong enough to fight him off long enough for Naruto to arrive and help. He's a patient character, and there's a reason he hasn't verbalized the kill order on Boruto yet. But we just have to wait and see if he continues to pick up more pieces, or if he has enough data to come to the conclusion that he needs to circle back to Sarada and Sumire in a private conversation. Again, I'm not on board with those you guys who are saying that He's not affected by the Shinjitsu memory swap, but I do think we have something here with him beginning to question this new information given to him.